Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to this channel, my name is Machi and I live and study here in the Philippines. And in my channel, I share with you my journey and life challenges while living and studying in this country. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the reasons why I love this country, Philippines, part 2. Okay, so while at it, kindly subscribe to this channel if you've not subscribed, and thank you to all my subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you. Click on your notification bell so you get all my updates whenever it's out there. So with that being said, let's get right down into what today's video is all about, which is the reasons why I love Philippines, part 2. The list of reasons why I love this country, Philippines, part 2. The first in this list is the student discount. Here in the Philippines, we have 20% student discount on transportation. Before the COVID period, if you're using the public buses to whatever destination you're traveling to, you have a discount of 20% for having a valid student ID. So that's something that when I came into the country, I was really happy about, because if you're going to a distance journey that might cost a lot, getting 20% off of the transportation price is something really worth it, and that's another reason why I love this country. The second reason in my part 2 is the security. Here in the Philippines, there is security. At least in the city that I'm living in, which is Urdaneta, there is security. And I can testify to this because since I came into this country, being 2017, I have been living by myself. Yes, I didn't miss word. I have been living by myself. I don't mean like having a roommate or anything. I have been living single-handedly by myself, moving apartments, and not for once have I had any encounter of harassment or robbery or break-ins and all that. So here in the Philippines, I have had security. As of 2017 that I've been in this country to this day, I have never been robbed or mugged or any form of harassment of any sort publicly, outside, or even in a private area. So I think security is another part of this country that I feel like they are really trying. I can say at least up to 80%. Yeah, there will always be some areas that might have security issues, but as for where I stay and as based on my experience so far in this country, I've lived by myself since 2017 and I've not had any problems to worry about security in this country, and I've changed houses not once, not twice. So I can just say that security is one of the things that is guaranteed for you here in Philippines, and being a foreigner as well, you know, a lady at that. So I think I'll give that a thumbs up for the Philippines. Another reason why I love this country is the data bundle, Wi-Fi, and speedy internet connections. So here in the Philippines, I think the data bundles are cheap. They are cheap in the sense that with 90 peso, you can get up to 8 gig to 9 gig worth of data bundle for 1 week. For 1 week use. So yeah, that's something really. And then Wi-Fi also, there are cool packages for Wi-Fi, and you can even subscribe and then split the payment with your housemate and all that. Like, so data bundle is really something else that I really love about this country, Philippines. Data bundle is affordable here in the Philippines. If you cannot buy the one of 90 peso, you can buy the one of 50 peso. You can even use your rewards. Rewards are like points that you get whenever you subscribe, whenever you buy load here. That's credit. So you get this point. With time, the rewards accumulate, and you can convert the rewards to either calls, text, or even megabytes. So that's just how cool the internet services is here in the Philippines. There are some challenges, of course, but they are trying when it comes to internet services in this Philippines. Also on this list is the people's attitude towards foreigners. Yes, this is true. It's very common here in the Philippines that even on your worst days, if you step outside, 1 or 2 or 3 persons definitely are going to compliment you wholeheartedly. Talk about, oh, sexy, ganda, beautiful, I like your hair. Like, you might even be at your worst, feeling down, or you think that your braids are already old and ugly. But when you step out in the street, somebody definitely is going to call you or hi you and like compliment the way you look, and that in turn kind of changes your mood at the moment and makes you feel more confident, more beautiful. And I think here in the country, they really appreciate, they really love to see our hair, like the braids and the cornrows and everything. They want to know all the details about it. So it's intriguing when they compliment you in that way and tell you that you look good, even when you feel like you've been wearing your cornrow for 1 month and you need it to be removed and it's ugly, but they feel like it is beautiful, and so they tell you you're sexy, you're beautiful, ganda and all that. And so you kind of feel happy to get this comments when you step out of the streets. So yeah, there is the good aspect of it and the other aspect of it, which sometimes can become a little bit too much, but I think it's cool. I've come to like enjoy it and realize that it's just them trying to be friendly, and I'm okay with that. And also, they can easily strike up conversations with you as a foreigner outside. They get to ask you all these questions, how are you and all that. So in turn, I also get to like become more confident to strike up a conversation with people outside, like hi, kamusta ka, okay lang, mabuti and all that. So it's like being more cheerful is something else that you have to definitely love and get used to while living here in the Philippines. At first it wasn't easy for me because I think I kind of have a kind of moody face appearance at first. So you will think that the person is mad at you when you don't talk to them, and this of course inconveniences Filipinos. You know, I noticed that from my classmates. They always like at first, oh Ella, why are you so mad, you look mad and all that. Like, I'm not mad. I'm okay, it's just my face. But then you have to show that you're happy so they can be comfortable around you and talk with you and then be friends with you. So you tend to learn to compliment, ask how are you doing, and smile. Smiling is a very important factor of living in this Philippines. You have to smile. If not, they are going to stay away from you thinking that maybe you're angry and all that. So you have to learn to smile. So that's another thing that I kind of love about this country, because it makes you feel more positive about life and things. Also is the hospital access in this country. This is based on my experience. Okay, I cannot speak for other parts of the country and some hospitals per se, but based on my experience, when I had fallen ill and I went to the hospital, I had gone to government hospital. This is a government established hospital, guys, and if you see the facilities in this hospital, it was well equipped. It was a teaching hospital though, so it was quite equipped, and then you had all the doctors in their different vocations available at service there in the hospital. So it shocked me that even I, as a foreigner, when I got to the hospital, I had to buy a registration card or something, and the registration card cost me 50 or 70 peso to register. And this 50 or 70 peso to register means that for a period of 7 days in the hospital, I have access to see any doctor of any department in the hospital for 7 valid days without paying any fee. Guys, I'm not joking. So I paid that card for 50 or 70 peso, and I had access to gynecologists, surgeons, different doctors in their different departments. The only thing is that if you want to run a test, you might just have to pay for the fee, which might be fair amount. So it was really shocking, because I felt like, okay, even if that's obtainable for the citizens, maybe as a foreigner mine is going to be different. And I noticed also that they try to kind of like make you feel more comfortable. I think in essence they treat you a lot more welcoming as a foreigner, because they feel like, okay, you are here by yourself and all that. Some of them are really quite sensitive and nice, so they tend to treat you specially. And when I went to the hospital, I went by myself, and I was really worried, you know, like going by yourself to a foreign country in a hospital and all that. Although the case turned out to be a misdiagnosis, but the experience I had with the government hospitals was quite cool, and I really loved the environment. You know, like when you expect that when you enter a hospital it's going to be smelling like morgue or smelling filled with drugs and all that kind of strong antibiotic scents, but there was no such thing, and it was quite clean. It was very clean. And of course I had gone to the private hospitals as well, but the difference is that in the private hospital you tend to pay a lot more. So I'm just like talking about the government hospital, the accessibility, the facilities, and then the doctors available and the treatment. It was cool. Yeah, it was cool, and I felt like, wow, for free to see all the doctors, and I'm a foreigner in this country in the government facility, government equipped hospital. That was something that I didn't know. I was already expecting to pay a huge amount of money to have the access, but here it just was cool. So, but I didn't undergo further treatment to tell about the other prices involved and all that. So it was just checkups and checkups and checkups and all that, and it went well. Okay, the other reasons why I love this country, Philippines, is guys, let me just remind you that while we are watching this, to kindly subscribe to my channel. If you've not subscribed, do that now, and click on your notification bell so that you get the updates whenever it's out there. Thank you. So the next reason why I love this country, Philippines, is the senior citizens respect. Here in this country, the senior citizens are reverend. They are well respected a whole lot, and they are taken into high regard. There is discount, just like there are student discounts, there are also senior citizens discount, not just in transportation but in so many other areas. I think in the malls as well, they have this card that they go to shop with, they give them discounts. And then in the pharmacy stores like that, when I was in after my first year during my community internship, this is usually done at the drugstore setting. So you tend to see that they come there with their cards, and they get senior citizens discounts in so many places in the country. And also in the bus rides, I think the first 2 seats in the buses, be it jeepney or terminal buses, are always saved for the senior citizens. So that's how much respect is accorded to senior citizens in this country. And of course, when you're greeting them as well, there is a difference. You use po, opo, nene, and lola, and all that kind of senior respect for them. So it is something that you will notice definitely when you're stepping into this country. The difference is clear with the way they treat their senior citizens. So it's another thing that I love about Philippines. Now, another reason why I love this country is their family value. Here they have a tight-knit family relationship in the Philippines, extended, not just the nuclear family, the extended, the paternal, maternal. They have this kind of strong bond. They celebrate okay guys, let me shock you. It is here in the Philippines that I noticed that they celebrate birthday for the dead. I am not joking. You know, like when you lose your loved one, the next year, years after his or her death, you constantly celebrate them, and they always have the memorial. I mean, it was mind-boggling when I found out that even at death, they would always celebrate the person's birthday on the person's date of birth when they are dead. So it's another thing that I felt like is really strong in this country, their family value. Not to speak of birthdays. No, when we come to birthdays, that's a big deal here, because like attending 18 years, that's age into adulthood, is a big thing here. You do it like a photo shoot, a debut. You spend, irrespective of the financial capability of the family. I don't know whether that's an advantage or a disadvantage, but at least celebration of life, you know. So that's something that they take really serious, as well as the dead. So that's something I love about this country. I mean, memories, family, the value, the unity, the love, appreciation. That should be the most important thing about life, if you ask me, because to me also, I feel like in Nigeria we also have family value. That's understandable, but here is on another level, because I don't think we have memorials for the dead. Back home in Nigeria, we do have memorials remembering when the person passed away, but here they celebrate your birthday even when you're dead. So imagine that. Like, it's shocking and it's cool. I love it. So it's one of the reasons why I love this country, Philippines, their family value. Now, the last but not the least in my list of things I love about this country, part 2, is the independence that it affords me. Yes, I know there are challenges that comes with independence. When I say independency, I mean, I'm not financially independent, but you know, the ability to live by yourself. For me, I didn't go to a boarding school in high school, so yeah, I didn't go to a boarding school. I've had instances where I had lived away from home because I was preparing for one exam or the other, but here it has been the longest, and had a whole lot of other challenges that of course comes with it. So it kind of strengthens you. It kind of prepares you for the challenges that life has ahead of you, because you're forced to make critical decisions by yourself. You're living here by yourself day to day. Lucky are those that have their family members here with them. Here I don't have anyone with me, so it's just me making all the decisions, and then with friends, of course, helping out one way or the other. But it's just like, it makes you more mature. It makes you more intentional about doing things. Now you have your freedom. Okay, you're living by yourself. You can choose not to do things. You can choose to do things. So this compels you to actually feel like, okay, how do I really want to plan my life? How do I really want to do this? So this is my responsibility. Now I have to do this, even though nobody's telling you to do that. You know, for me also, living here has helped in so many ways. Yeah, it has helped in so many ways, such as confidence level. Yeah, it has helped my confidence level. It has helped my decision making ability. It has helped my cooking skills even, because at first I felt like, oh, what's there? It's just, thank God they have rice here, so you be eating rice, but you get tired of eating one food every day. So you kind of like practice, mix up here and there, and then you create good cuisines and all that. So you in turn increase your chances and your abilities to do things that ordinarily back home in Nigeria I wouldn't be doing, because I have so many siblings, so I feel like they will always be the ones doing the cooking, or somehow maybe once in a blue moon I get to find myself in the kitchen. But here I have to cook what I eat. So that independency, and then going out by yourself, looking at after yourself, security wise, budgeting and all that. Yeah, budgeting, that's another aspect that I'm still working on. So yeah, but in turn and in all entirety, what I'm trying to say is that this country really affords you a whole lot of good things if you decide to focus on the positive. There are challenges, which of course I will share with you in my other videos, but for today, these are the things that I love about this country. A whole lot that I've mentioned. So if you've not watched the first part of the reasons why I love this country, Philippines, it's in my YouTube channel. So subscribe and then click on it so that you get to watch that video. And don't forget to leave a comment for me, because I would love to read you guys' comments. It kind of strengthens me and makes me feel like, okay, I'm doing something nice, so carry on. So please don't forget, leave a comment, subscribe, click on your notification bell so that you get my updates whenever it's out there. And thank you for watching for today's episode. I think this video is already long enough, so I'm just gonna hurry and end it here. So see you on my next videos, and do have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, a wonderful time wherever you are at this point in time. Thank you.